Dorit Kemsley reveals what makes life a lot easier at home. Taking care of two kids isn't always easy, but Dorit Kemsley has the right tools to make home life a breeze. Recently, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member spoke with Briefing on Bravo about her partnership with rhobh Homemade, explaining that one of her favorite aspects of rhobh Homemade products is making healthy, delicious meals her kids love. "I always have it stocked in the pantry, always. My kids love it. I love it," said Dorit, who shares a son, Jagger, and a daughter, Phoenix, with her estranged husband, Paul P.K. Kemsley. "It makes life a lot easier." She added, "If they're in the mood for a simple pasta with marinara sauce and a little grated cheese, I'll do that, which is more often than not their choice. What's nice is that my kids also like a vodka sauce. I also use to make a spicy sauce for PK, and I because we love an arrabbiata." How Dorit Kemsley's travels in Italy inspire her cooking at home. Further in our interview, Dorit discussed the knowledge she gleaned from living in Italy and how it has influenced her cooking at home. "When you live in Italy, you learn to cook. You don't even have to take cooking lessons. It's part of the culture." You cannot live in Italy or be Italian without knowing how to cook, period. So whether I liked it or not, I was going to come out of living in Italy as a good cook. For Dorit, learning how to make a basic Italian red sauce was the place to start. "And when you're cooking like that, you're using fresh vegetables and great olive oil," she shared. "It's just the simple fresh ingredients that make the dish fantastic. And I think what's so beautiful about rhobh Homemade is that when you taste it, it tastes like homemade sauce." Inside Dorit Kemsley and Paul P.K. Kemsley's recent reunion for Jagger. Though Dorit and PK remain separated, they continue to focus on their children. Recently, they came together to support their son, Jagger, at his Little League baseball game. On March 8, Dorit shared videos on Instagram showing her 11-year-old son at bat, where he hit a double and a grand slam. Dorit captured the exciting moments, cheering loudly from the stands. In the caption, the West Coast mom expressed her pride in Jagger's outstanding performance, calling it an extraordinary day, and felt it was too special not to share. "No doubt a day he will never forget," she continued in the caption of the post. "I was shaking and crying from excitement for him. Volume down if you don't want to hear me screaming and cheering. Volume up to understand the excitement. Needless to say, they won the game." Dorit Kemsley reveals what makes life a lot easier at home. Dorit Kemsley, the dazzling star of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, is known for her impeccable style, dynamic personality, and often larger-than-life lifestyle. However, when it comes to her home life, it's the simple things that make a world of difference. For Dorit, taking care of two kids, Jagger and Phoenix, while maintaining her busy schedule can be challenging, but she's found a few secret ingredients that make life a little easier. One of those key ingredients, rhobh Homemade, a brand of pasta sauces and condiments that has become a staple in her kitchen. Dorit recently opened up about how her partnership with the beloved brand has transformed her approach to family meals and cooking. "I always have it stocked in the pantry. Always," Dorit shared in a candid conversation with Briefing on Bravo. "My kids love it. I love it. It makes life a lot easier. And when life as a busy mom is anything but simple, finding something that makes meals easy and enjoyable is a true lifesaver." Dorit's two children, Jagger, an energetic 11-year-old, and Phoenix, her bright and spirited daughter, are often fussy when it comes to meals. However, rhobh Homemade has found its way into their hearts and stomachs. It's no surprise that, in the fast-paced world Dorit inhabits, having a convenient yet wholesome option for family meals is a must. If they're in the mood for a simple pasta with marinara sauce and a little grated cheese, I'll do that, which is more often than not their choice, Dorit continued. "What's nice is that my kids also like a vodka sauce. I used to make a spicy sauce for PK, and I because we love an arrabbiata." With such a simple yet effective solution in her back pocket, Dorit is able to whip up quick, delicious meals for her children, all while keeping a healthy balance of flavors they enjoy. Dorit's admiration for rhobh homemade isn't just about convenience, though. It's also about authenticity. With her strong ties to Italian culture, having lived in Italy for several years, Dorit brings an appreciation for genuine, quality ingredients to her cooking. When you live in Italy, you learn to cook. You don't even have to take cooking lessons. It's part of the culture, she explained with a laugh. You cannot live in Italy or be Italian without knowing how to cook, period. So whether I liked it or not, I was going to come out of living in Italy as a good cook. For Dorit, the foundation of Italian cuisine is simplicity. Learning to cook a basic Italian red sauce was her gateway to understanding the beauty of fresh ingredients. And when you're cooking like that, you're using fresh vegetables and great olive oil, she said. It's just the simple, fresh ingredients that make the dish fantastic. This philosophy is something Dorit brings to her everyday cooking, which is why she holds rhobh homemade in such high regard. I think what's so beautiful about rhobh homemade is that when you taste it, it tastes like homemade sauce. It's that perfect combination of fresh, quality ingredients. While Dorit's passion for food is certainly a key part of her family dynamic, she also speaks to the value of taking the time to focus on moments that truly matter. As a mother, her priorities are clear: making life as easy as possible for her kids while creating memories that last a lifetime. The challenges of parenting, yet finding joy in simplicity. Life with two young children isn't always glamorous. Behind the glitzy social events and glamorous parties, Dorit faces the same day-to-day challenges that many parents do. The demands of motherhood can often be overwhelming, especially when balancing personal goals, career ambitions, and a constantly fluctuating schedule. But Dorit's willingness to share her struggles and her solutions shows a grounded and relatable side to her character that fans love. The simplicity of a family meal, a quick pasta with a jar of rhobh homemade marinara sauce, may seem minor to some, but to Dorit, it's a small but significant way to bond with her children without added stress. In the whirlwind of trying to juggle her responsibilities, Dorit's recipe for happiness is a mix of family, food, and authenticity. She's not striving for perfection in every moment, but instead embracing the beauty of simplicity and quality. This is reflected not only in her cooking, but in the way she balances her life as a mother, businesswoman, and reality star. For Dorit, preparing meals is an act of love, and it's something she learned early on, particularly through her time living in Italy, where food is the heart of the culture. There, cooking is less about following a set recipe and more about relying on the senses and trusting the quality of ingredients. This is something Dorit continues to embrace, using fresh vegetables, high-quality olive oils, and other simple yet delicious ingredients in her dishes. Her partnership with rhobh Homemade has only enhanced this approach, providing her with the perfect shortcut to achieving flavorful meals that taste homemade without the long prep time. How Dorit Kemsley's travels in Italy shaped her culinary approach. Dorit's time in Italy has clearly left a lasting impact on her cooking style. When asked about the influence of her travels on her approach to food, Dorit didn't hesitate. "Living in Italy really taught me to appreciate food and the process of making it," she said. "I wasn't always passionate about cooking, but when you live in a culture where food is revered as an art, it's impossible not to get swept up in it." Her time in Italy was more than just a luxury vacation. It was a deep dive into a culinary tradition that has lasted for centuries. Whether it was making fresh pasta or experimenting with the perfect tomato sauce, Dorit quickly learned that cooking isn't just about putting food on the table. It's about creating something that's truly memorable.